up, Grow and Glow Fit fam? Welcome back to a new video. What's up? If you're new here, my name's Pamela. Welcome. Let's introduce you to the Grow and Glow Fit channel. So on this channel, we share meal prep ideas, workouts, and other health tips while on a budget because, shit's expensive. But yeah, welcome. I hope that you guys stick around and come back to watch all the new videos that I post because we will be sharing new recipes every Sunday and they're going to be delicious, nutritious, and healthy. So you really can't go wrong here. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, make sure that you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So on this week's menu, we're going to have a breakfast casserole with sausage and bacon, and then for lunch, we're going to have a salmon bowl. So for the breakfast, you're going to need the following ingredients. You're going to need your eggs, per usual, some turkey sausage or whatever sausage you like. I personally recommend turkey sausage because it's lower in calorie and just healthier for you. Bacon, some sharp cheddar cheese, some hash browns. I have regular hash browns here. And then whatever veggies you want to use. I'm going to put some tomatoes and red onion in mine. I wish I had some green and red peppers to go with it, but unfortunately, I thought I had some in my fridge when I went grocery shopping, and I guess I didn't. So here we are. But if you have some at home, make sure to put them veggies in, okay? Because you want the veggies, all the veggies in there. But yeah, that's what you're going to need for your breakfast casserole. Let's go ahead and start prepping. Okay, so I already went ahead and added some spray oil to my pan. This is the spray oil that I recommend using. It's keto friendly and very low calorie. While we wait for this to just heat up a little bit, you're also going to want to make sure to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350. So that way, whenever we're done cooking everything, we can quickly assemble and put it in the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and add my turkey sausage into our pan. And you will be adding the whole entire thing in here. I am watching Love is Blind while I cook. Have you guys watched that new season? Let me know, because honestly, it's better than the last one so far, because the last one was not good whatsoever. Maybe it was just the people that were like on it, but I just didn't enjoy watching it. It was not entertaining enough. So I went ahead and added some salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder to my sausage. You're just going to want to make sure to cook through your sausage. All right, once your sausage is cooked through, you're going to remove that from the pan, and then you're going to go ahead and add 8 pieces of bacon and cook that all the way through. Now that we're done cooking up our meat, we can go ahead and start cutting up our veggies. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up my onions and tomatoes, and here we go. All right, all the prep work has been completed. So now we can start assembling our casserole. So we're going to start off with our dish. I'm going to be placing 8 of our hash browns down. And actually, I think I can fit one more in there. I'm just going to cut it in half, and I'm going to fit it into the end pieces here. So it's going to be 9 in total. Once you have your hash browns down, then you're going to add your sausage. And try to make sure that you spread that out as evenly as possible, so that way you get some sausage in every bite. Then we're going to top it off with our cheese. I used about 5 ounces of cheese, sharp cheddar, and same thing goes here. You're going to want to make sure to just spread everything out evenly so that you can get a good bite of everything. Before we go ahead and pour our eggs in, we're going to add our veggies to our eggs and give that a good mix. And then we're going to pour that right in. If you need to, you can take the pan and move it around so that you can make sure that the eggs are distributed evenly. Finally, you're going to take your bacon and you're going to crumble that in your hands and top it all over the top of your casserole here. And then we're going to want to make sure to cover our casserole with aluminum foil. You're going to cook it for 30 minutes. At 350 degrees. And once the 30 minutes is up, you're going to uncover your casserole, and then you're going to put it back in for 30 more minutes without the aluminum foil. All right, so it's been about an hour now, and this is what our finished product of our breakfast casserole looks like. I already went ahead and cut it up into 8 pieces. For the week, I'm only going to be eating 4. and then my boyfriend will be eating the other 4. Once you're done packaging up your breakfast casserole, you're going to want to make sure to let it cool down before you top it off with your lid. This will help the condensation not get in the bowls and make it really liquidy. I'm probably going to end up eating this with an apple and top it off with a little bit of avocado when I go to eat it. So yeah, I hope that you guys try this one out and enjoy. All right, now that we're done with our breakfast, we can go ahead and get started with our lunch. So for lunch, you're gonna need the following ingredients. You're gonna wanna grab some salmon. I got a big pack because I'm gonna be making this for 2 people, but typically I usually grab 1 pack that comes with 2, and that's what I use for myself. You're also going to need some white rice. I have some jasmine white rice. You're gonna need some soy sauce, some fresh garlic cloves, or if you have minced garlic in a jar, some garlic, I think that's what they call it, some edamame. I just got the frozen kind in a bag. I also already went ahead and shredded my carrots. If you want at the store, you can buy pre-shredded carrots, or you can buy the regular carrots and shred them yourself. I know that typically whenever you have to do the work, it's a little bit cheaper, but whenever you don't have to do the work, they try to charge you twice the price. So yeah, you make that decision for yourself. And then finally, you're just going to need a cucumber. This is just going to be things to add, as garnishes on the side. But yeah, let's go ahead and start prepping our salmon so that we can get it in the air fryer. Let's go. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and glove up. We're going to make salmon bites with our salmon bowl. I'm going to rip this open. All right, so you're going to want to make sure to try and separate the salmon from the skin. Sometimes it's easier to cook it a little bit and then take the skin off. If you want, you can also take your knife, kind of just maneuver that underneath there, help you peel it off a little bit. All right, so once you have the skin off, you're just going to want to make sure to go ahead and just clean it up a little bit. So any like scales you might see on it, this doesn't have to be perfect. Any skin that you might have not been able to get off, we'll just get that off later once it's kind of cooked. Now that we removed the skin, we can go ahead and chop this up. You're just gonna go ahead and just make some bite-sized pieces for your salmon. You don't want to make them too small, but you don't want to make them too big. That way you have a good amount for the week. And it's okay if they vary in sizes. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, we got our salmon with our bowl here. So we're gonna go ahead and just add our seasonings. Cajun, some Creole seasoning, some garlic, some salt, paprika, black pepper, some Old Bay, adobo in there. Our salmon's all seasoned up. Before we go ahead and just put that into our air fryer, I'm also going to add some fresh garlic. We're going to place our salmon on our grease pan. Let's go ahead and throw this into our air fryer. I'm going to throw it in at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes, but I'm going to keep an eye out on it as I cook it. So let's go ahead and throw this in the air fryer. While our salmon cooks in the air fryer, we're going to want to go ahead and get started on our rice. So I'm going to be doing 2 cups of rice because you're going to want to eat at least a half a cup per every bowl. And since I'm making it for 2 people, that's why I'm going to be using 2 cups of rice. But if I was just doing it for myself, I would probably just do 1 cup of rice. And I don't know about y'all, but I do rinse my rice. It's important to do this so that way you can get all that starchiness off the rice. All right, and your water should be clear like this whenever you're pretty much done washing your rice. All right, so our rice has been washed and now is prepared to go into the pan. I'm going to go ahead and set up my camera over by the stove so that way we can cook this up. All right, so I got my small pot here where we're gonna cook our rice. I'm gonna bring my pan to a medium heat. I'm gonna add in my washed rice, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add my water. So they usually say for every cup of rice, you do a cup of water. You're also gonna wanna go ahead and right now add in some salt. You want to be generous with your salt so that way your rice comes out, with a little bit of flavor. And then you're going to want to bring your rice to a boil. In the meantime, let's go ahead and just check on our salmon and see how it's doing. All right, this is how our salmon is coming along. So at this point, it looks like it's pretty much cooked. I'm going to go ahead and just throw it in for the last 5 minutes. All right, this is what our salmon bites look like after the 20-minute mark. I'm going to drain some of that oil and then I'm going to throw it back in. And if I can flip some of these pieces around, I'm also going to do that so I can get nice and crispy all over. Once our water looks like it's almost disappearing, we're going to go ahead and just lower the heat and then cover it up. All right, so it looks like it's pretty much almost no water in there. So I'm going to go ahead and lower my heat to a low and then I'm going to grab my lid so we can cover it up. We're going to leave that covered for about 15 minutes and then we'll check it. If the rice is still a little bit hard, you can always add a little bit more water. All right, let's check our rice and see how it's doing. All right, perfect consistency. It's nice and soft. So we'll go ahead and just let our rice sit there until we need it. While we let our rice finish off, we're going to go ahead and get started with our sauce. This sriracha mayo is completely optional, but if you want to add it, this is how you do it. I like to use this to kind of top off my salmon, a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, and I'm gonna do a tablespoon of sriracha. This is the sriracha that I'm using, but you can use whatever sriracha you have. And you could do less or more sriracha depending on how spicy you want your sauce to be. And then I'm gonna do a tablespoon of lemon juice, do a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. If you have fresh garlic, I recommend just doing the cloves of garlic. It'll taste so much better. And then I'm going to take that spoon and I'm just going to mix everything around. If you feel like your sauce needs a little bit more mayonnaise, you can go ahead and add that. I might go ahead and just add a little bit more, just maybe like a tablespoon of mayonnaise on there. All right, and you're going to want to taste your sauce along the way. If you feel like it needs anything else, you can go ahead and add it. Really, whatever you feel like tastes good to you and your palate, but these are the key ingredients that you will be using for the sauce. But you can add as much as your heart desires to get that flavor that you want. And that's how you make sriracha mayo. All right, guys, let's go ahead and finish assembling our bowls. This is what the finished product of your salmon should look like. Now we're going to go ahead and divide this up into our bowls. You're going to want to make sure to divide up about 3 ounces per bowl. Since our salmon is done and since our rice only has 3 minutes left, let's go ahead and cook our edamame. I'm just going to follow the instructions on the back of the bag. So this is the edamame that I got. And it just says that you can microwave it for 4.5 to 5 minutes. And then once it's done, we're going to throw this into a bowl with a little bit of soy sauce and garlic. Okay, now that our edamame is all done, you can go ahead and unwrap it. And if you want to save yourself some dishes, you can just do this directly in here. But I already went ahead and minced a little bit of fresh garlic here in our bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and take my edamame and just dump that in. I have a tablespoon of soy sauce, and then you can add a little bit of salt and garlic powder. Also going to add a little bit of black pepper, and we're going to give this a good mix. All right, and once that's nicely coated, it will look something like this, and that will be all ready to go into our bowls. Okay, so while we were waiting for our rice to finish cooking, I went ahead and added 1/4 cup of shredded carrots to each of my bowls. And then I did 3 ounces of salmon. And then I'm going to go ahead and split this up into our bowls as well. All right, I'm going to do about 1/4 cup. And you can top off your edamame with a little bit of crushed chili peppers. I'm not going to do too much because like I said earlier, I don't like a lot of spice, but I do like a little kick. So now that we have our edamame in there, we can go ahead and also add our cucumber slices. So I'm just going to add our cucumber slices right in with our carrots here. You could do as many as you want. I'm not going to do too many because I'm not a huge fan of cucumber, but it doesn't hurt to, try veggies that you don't care for once in a while because your taste buds do change every so often. So maybe, after a while you'll start liking it. You might surprise yourself. So you could also just keep the cucumbers in a baggie. And last but certainly not least, we got our rice. So I'm doing about a 1/2 cup of rice per bowl. And then of course, whenever you're ready to go ahead and eat it, you're going to drizzle that sriracha mayo all over your salmon. Aside from the sriracha mayo, you can also serve your dish with some lemon slices. And yeah, I know that you guys will enjoy it. It's one of my favorites. And just like that, our weekly meal prep is all done. We have a delicious breakfast casserole to help you start your day right, and salmon bowls that are simple, tasty, and ready to fuel your week. If you guys want to see the ingredients, make sure to check the description down below. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give this a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on so that you never miss any meal prep or fitness content. Let me know in the comments what you guys are prepping, if it's something that I've done in one of my previous videos, or if it's something that you guys are creating on your own. I would love to hear how you guys stay healthy. Until next time, make sure to remember to grow stronger, glow brighter, and stay fit. See you in the next one. Bye.